You tell me, is this real or fake? Chris Jones, phenomenal defensive lineman for the KC Chiefs. You could make the case that he won the Super Bowl for Kansas City 4 years ago. He wrecked the damn game when Garoppolo was in there. Listen to the way he talks about the 49er offense, Chiefs media availability yesterday.
They're the best I ever seen.
Better than yours a couple years ago.
Absolutely.
What makes them so dynamic?
Everything. The players, the coaches, the organization.
So what kind of challenge is that? I'm sure Spags will have something for you guys.
That's the biggest challenge we've faced so far.
Okay, so it's the greatest offense he's ever faced.
Come on.
What makes it that? Everything. The whole organization, the players. He went on to say that he's actually a little bit scared of having to go up against Trent Williams.
Right. I'm sure he is. That is so fake. But that's just a guy not trying to make bulletin board material. So you go out of your way to praise everybody. Do you honestly think he's afraid to line up against Trent Williams?
I don't think he's afraid of anything.
Guy's a monster. He's a game wrecker.
I'm going to ask you a rhetorical question or whatever. I know the answer to this. Have you ever met an NFL player before?
Yeah, I've met a few of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do any of them have their head screwed on straight to the point where they're like, yeah, I don't know about that physical challenge. That seems too hard for me.
Yeah, I've never met one of those.
Right.
Now, we've heard players talk about seeing ghosts, but that player is going to be in the Super Bowl.
49ers, exactly.
He might actually be playing. We don't know. We hope not.
Let's hear it again. Chris Jones on the Niner offense.
They're the best I ever seen.
Better than yours a couple years ago.
Absolutely.
What makes them so dynamic?
Everything. The players, the coaches, the organization.
So what kind of challenge is that? I'm sure Spags will have something for you guys.
That's the biggest challenge we've faced so far.
The best he's ever seen.
Right. The players, the coaches, the organization. Did I miss anybody? The trainer, Joan and payroll. I mean, they all.
Travel secretary's amazing. Got him here.
Yeah.
Got him here. Plane landed.
Yeah. That's a guy who does not want to make headlines.
Does not. Well, that's kind of been the Chiefs' philosophy seemingly all week. I don't know if y'all heard the 49er drama of the day. There's been some every day. But the old fire alarm at the hotel.
Right.
So funny. So funny. But yeah, 20 minutes almost, according to Tabor Pepper. The alarm went off very, very early this morning. So far, tail of the tape, we've got the fire alarm at the hotel. We've got Sodgate. We've got Kyle Shanahan with potentially a couple too many cocktails. And we've got Jed York on a media tour sharing every behind-the-scenes story that anyone asks him about. What have we gotten from the Chiefs?
Mahomes did his Kermit the Frog impersonation,
right.
Which was his own voice.
Hi-ho.
Yeah. Which was pretty clever, I thought. Good way to answer it. And a lot of questions about Taylor Swift.
A lot of questions.
And her arrival.
Yeah.
Her estimated arrival time and all the rest of it, but not much else.
Did you hear Bobby Weir on the stream yesterday?
No, I missed
Talking about
it.
Taylor Swift.
No.
Bobby Weir, you were sort of like, how do we ask about Taylor Swift? I thought he was going to just kind of blow it off. Bobby Weir, and for those of you who don't know who Bobby Weir is, Grateful Dead, legend, is going to the game. And one of the artists he uses to warm up his fingers in the morning, Taylor Swift.
Really?
Turns on Taylor Swift to warm up his fingers because all of her music is guitar-based, as he said.
Gotcha.
I'm like, I don't even know what the hell that means.
Does he air guitar or does he actually play along with Taylor?
I don't know. 76 years old, so whatever gets the blood flowing, brother.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to go back to the Odyssey app and hear that.
My favorite line, the best flex I've ever heard someone give in my entire life. We're sitting here asking him about going to the game, and he's like, I think we have a bus out there. And then he goes, yeah, and I think we've got parking. And we're like, and then the game, and he's like, yeah, I think we've got tickets. Somebody is handling so many portions of this person's life.
Right.
He's not even sure or confirmed for anything. But he's going to be on the bus, and he's pretty sure it's all going to work out.
Yeah, he'll be on the bus. They're going to have parking, and someone's going to hand him a ticket. He may never even actually hold the ticket. Bob, right this way. Skatoot. Just scan them on through.
So good.
That's great.
So
you
good.
get to that point in life, and there's probably a lot of things that he doesn't handle on his own.
Right.
Grocery shopping and
Right.
anything outside of playing music, he's probably got taken care of.
Do you think he's an Instacart guy? Is that what you're saying?
I would imagine he's got somebody Instacarting for him, somebody who knows what his needs are, and
lock it in.
yeah, and he's able to, probably don't even have to put together a shopping list.
Yeah.
There are people who know what he wants to eat and when he wants it, and it's just there.
Did you see that our boy Jason Dumas caught up with Cam Newton yesterday?
I did see it.
All righty. Cam Newton,
Oh, God.
Mr. Purdy party guy. Huh?
Purdy, as he calls him.
You,
Brock Purdy.
you.
You'll hear it on the clip. On his second or third
Well,
reference, Brock Purdy.
What
Yeah,
I've learned.
exactly.
What I've
Brock
learned.
Purdy.
Thank you.
This is not Pojemski, Cam.
Brock Purdy.
You
Poughkeepsie
can
Kid?
navigate the Poughkeepsie Kid,
Brock Purdy.
the pride of is it Queen River, Queen Lakes,
Well,
Arizona,
Here's what, thank you.
Thank
Here's
you.
what I've learned.
Queen Creek. Sorry,
This is what I've learned about the Super Bowl in Vegas. Everyone's like, oh, it's going to be in Vegas. How's this going to be different? I figured it out. Everybody drunk. Everybody drunk. Nobody can pronounce anything. Kyle Shanahan can't
Brock
say
Purdy.
He can't say stuff anymore.
Sanaman Hanui.
I mean, nobody knows what the hell they're saying. But anyway, Cam Newton talks about Brock Purdy, and he's even wearing a shirt. He's wearing a shirt that on the back of it says, "Are you a game manager or a game changer?" Okay, Cam. Here's what I noticed. I noticed something. Take a listen to our buddy from Cron 4, Jason Dumas, who catches up with Cam Newton, who would like to give a message to 49er fans after everything he's said about Brock Purdy.
Please stop adding me. I really like Brock. I love him. So, y'all, come on. I've never seen the attack to be this vicious. I love it, though. But it just shows the support. And obviously, you're supposed to be, what are you, San Francisco faithful, bleed in the red and the gold.
That would be 49er faithful to the Bay, Cam. Please get it right if you're going to at us. But here's what I noticed. Cam has his opinion and whatever. He's obviously not the only one out there who's been taking shots at Brock Purdy this year or Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy.
Here's something that really caught my attention because I thought this piggybacked on Amy Trask, who came on our show immediately after her comments at the start of the, I guess this would be the conference semifinals, right? When there are 8 teams left. We got 7 terrific quarterbacks and Brock Purdy. Purdy. And then she comes on and remember what she said after every question we asked? Well, why do you think this and why do you think that? Well, look, I think what I think, but here's what I really want to say. Can we all just disagree in a kinder way from now on?
Right.
This continued for 3 or 4 days, no doubt. Her at mentions were going crazy to the point where she finally apologized. I don't know if you heard that.
I read it,
She apologized.
on
She-
Twitter. Two-part tweet.
Public apology with regard to her comments about Brock Purdy.
Which she didn't need to do.
She did not need to do. I agree with you. But then here's Cam Newton. Hey, San Francisco fans, please stop adding me. Do you notice what's going on here? The people who create the smoke about Brock Purdy don't want it in return.
Can't handle the smoke, Cam.
So you would like to use Brock Purdy for your platform. You want to use the polarization sensation of his name. Cha-ching! You want to hit the internet with a big statement. Oh, are you a game manager or a game changer? 7 terrific quarterbacks and Brock Purdy. You want to get all the attention that brings. And then after a few days, you want to ask people to calm down? You're the one who riled them up. You're the one who did this. My favorite schoolyard phrase, you started this. You started the fire. Billy Joel.
Thank you.
We didn't start the fire. You started the fire.
Details on tickets still ahead.
Now you want. Thank you. Good job.
Yeah, Vegas.
Nice plug.
You got it.
Now you want us to bring out the garden hose and put it out? Doesn't work that way.
No.
You want to step into the arena, then you are going to get what comes back the other way.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you get the bear, sometimes the bear gets you. Shout out Low Neal. It's one of his go-tos. And you don't want people to at you? Well, then keep our quarterback's name out your mouth, because you talk all that mess about this and that. And now he's in the Super Bowl and you try to backpedal, but not really. And, you can play the rest of his diatribe at your leisure. And he goes on to almost double down on what he was saying before about game manager or game changer. But please don't at me. And I like Brock Purdy. I really do.
Here's the
Brock
rest
Purdy.
of it. Yeah, and by the way, he doesn't almost double down. He's in Vegas. Oh, he doubled down.
Brock Purdy has been able to do something a lot of people wasn't expecting him to do.
Right.
Right? And I think his success has been marvelous to witness. And I think what we have to do in media that I'm trying to bring out is honesty. It's truth. Right. We have to make truth the way. Right. And not it being subjective to the degree where it's coming from a place of hate. I'm not bitter. I swear I'm not. I'm not a hater. I'm just being honest as I know how. And a lot of times the truth can be subjective. A lot of times the truth can be opinionated. And that's why we have sports to be able to, take our side.
Oh, it's such a funny comment, to be honest with you.
It's nonsense.
Well, okay.
Because what you're saying is an opinion, and your opinion can't be the truth.
It cannot be true. Thank you so much.
It can't be the truth.
A lot of times the truth is subjective. Sorry.
The truth is actually never subjective.
It does not work that way.
The truth is objective.
Right. So you are entitled to your opinion, but boy, you are not entitled to call it the truth.
Right.
Because it's not.
It's your truth.
Neither is my opinion about Brock Purdy.
Neither
That's not
is
the truth. It's
neither
my
is
opinion.
Brock Purdy's opinion about Brock Purdy.
And neither is Brock Purdy's last name. That's
right.
Definitely not the truth.
I mean, bottom line is he will either be a Super Bowl champion quarterback or Pat Mahomes will win his third. Now, that can be
Those
truthful.
are truth. That's truth.
Either Sam Darnold's getting a ring or Sam Darnold's not getting a ring this year. That's a truth. And whether or not you think that Brock Purdy is any good or not, that is completely subjective. That can't possibly be the truth.
Right. Thank you. So that's all. You have to play the game if you want to play the game. You don't get to punch your ticket and get entry into the game and say, look, this is what we're doing in media today, and then get upset when huge opinions come flying back in the other direction in the form of social media hate or whatever it is. You and I have talked about it. I hated some of the stuff that Cam Newton said. Nothing to do at all with his opinion about Brock Purdy, but having to do with things that actually could be factually rebutted. I mean, that's what's so funny about him talking about truth. So what you're saying, Cam, is it's truth, it's fact that Brock Purdy's the 10th best player on his team?
Right.
Dude, come on.
It's subjective. Now, it's a fact that he is, I think, the 47th highest paid player on his team. And I don't know if that's the exact number. I ballparked it. But you can look at those metrics and then you can attach fact to those things because they are factual.
Yeah.
But the rest of it is subjective. And I would also question his notion of, I'm not a hater. I kind of think that you are, Cam.
Yeah, of course he
because
is.
you're 34, you're about to be 35 in May, and your career got cut short because of injury, ineffectiveness, another reason, or all of the above. But I'm sure you'd like to still be playing because you had a career that was on a certain trajectory, and then that trajectory fell off the map, and now you've got Brock Purdy, who was almost undrafted, still in the limelight, and you probably think you're still better than Brock Purdy.
No doubt. No doubt. There's no way around this, as I said last week, for Cam Newton is going to come off like an ex-athlete telling us that what we're watching right now is nowhere near as cool as what I used to do. And I think that stuff's absolutely pathetic. All right, Larry Krueger's going to join us on the live stream here in less than 10 minutes. I wanted to throw one more at you. This is from Steiny and Goo. Radio Row today, and they sit down with a guy we really enjoy listening to every week, and that is Ross Tucker. Ross Tucker comes on the show every week. This time he did it in person in Las Vegas. And listen to him talk about how unlikable the 49ers are.
The Niners could be a really likable team if they would just stop complaining all the time.
About what?
About everything.
Give us an example.
Okay.
Well, the field, the practice field.
No. Last week. Well, first of all you heard from any Niner all offseason, every Niner player or fan was the only reason why they lost to the Eagles was because both quarterbacks get hurt. My recommendation would be to not let your quarterbacks get hurt. Okay, not let the defense kill your quarterbacks. And they talked about it all offseason. Okay, then next thing we have last week, they asked Bosa his impression of the Chiefs' offensive line. He's like, they hold a lot.
Yeah.
Then they asked Jed York what he remembered from the Super Bowl 4 years ago. I remember Nick Bosa being held on 3rd and 15. They're always whining or complaining about stuff. Now this week, what do we have? The practice field isn't good enough.
Right.
It's the Super Bowl. You're barely practicing anyway. They're doing like a walkthrough. Hey, give me a break. And then today, now they had the alarm pull.
That happens every
season. You got to see my post at Ross Tucker. I said, well, at least now, if the Niners lose, now we know why. It changes everything. The Thursday alarm pull, that changes everything.
Wow.
I mean, at least they have their built-in excuse.
Who the hell whined about the alarm pull? It's just a news piece that came out. And in fact, what 49er has whined about Sodgate? I know they're apparently, reportedly, behind the scenes, they're furious. They haven't said a damn word. Not one of them.
Yeah.
Just gone out there and practiced. Mark Grandy had the mic drop before the show. We were talking about this sound from Ross Tucker. You want to know what he said? Oh, complaining. You mean like the Chiefs did for 2 weeks after that Kadarius Toney offsides call?
Right.
Now, that time, I heard players publicly whining over and over.
Yeah.
I haven't heard the 49ers say a damn word this week.
No, not about the sod, not about the alarm. There has been the Bosa complaining about a hold 4 years back in the Super Bowl.
That's strategic.
Fine, I don't.
He's working the refs' eyes.
Yeah, it's not gonna. I don't think that's gonna work.
Well,
and
who knows?
I do
We'll
think
see.
that in terms of what Ross is saying, that does come across as whining, and then to have the owner echo it. I don't necessarily think you need to do that. Go back 4 years and talk about a call you didn't get. To me, that's a little weak sauce. But I think Ross takes it too far in what he's saying about the Niners whining.
I don't know. Like if somebody asked you, what do you remember from that Super Bowl? I mean, that is one of the things I remember from the Super Bowl.
Sure. There are many, many, many other things.
Of course,
though.
I remember all of it. I remember all of it.
But it's not like if you want to go to the Saints game where you had a blatant PI call that was not made and you lost basically because of that.
No, I don't think it was that.
I mean, you could look at that and maybe still complain about it, but at some point you turn the page. That's now 4 years and 4 days ago or 6 days ago that happened. There's no point in going back to it.
I do remember that George Kittle's was not offensive PI, too. I do remember that.
Yeah, let's complain about that now, too.
Yeah, how come nobody complains about that one? Everyone always complains about Bosa. The officials didn't mess up once. They messed up twice.
And that's why they lost, darn it.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Dibbers.
We should re-adjudicate the whole game. That's the only part about what Ross said that I backed.
Well, you know what? Like, with Jed, I'd even have to hear it. Like, was Jed York, was it tongue-in-cheek? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? That's a thing. Bosa was held. It's a thing.
Right, but you're the owner. You're above that.
No,
you
you're
should
not.
be.
No, you're not. I mean,
well, you either can be or you don't have to be. It's your choice. But I do know that it comes across as a little bit of whining 4 years and 6 days later about a hold you didn't get.
I'd also say this to Ross Tucker. If you're going to call the 49ers whiners and you're going to point out the owner, I don't care about I don't care what the owner of anybody says. I don't care after a football game. It's wild to me how much Dallas cares about this. I don't care what Jerry Jones has to say. He's not the personnel guy. He's not on the field. He's not calling the plays. He's just a rich guy with a big voice and an opinion. But like I'd call the 49ers whiners if I actually heard the players. Oh my God, they pulled the fire alarm and I didn't get my sleep. We're going to lose now. No, the only people I've seen say anything about it are on social media joking around. They don't care. So, I don't know. That to me was an undeserved label.